Another little mini chit chat video. I'm here adjusting the lighting, the stand, everything. I don't know which is gonna be the best lighting. I don't know if it's the white light or I think this light's gonna have to do. But I'm just gonna adjust here. Now, hopefully you guys can see me properly. I may put my glasses on. I hate not being able to see properly. But I think this is gonna be okay. I think this is fine. Ooh, no, that's too close. That is too close. Okay, I think this is okay. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. Okay, all right. So let me move this back just a little bit. I feel like maybe right here. Yes, right here is perfect. As perfect as it's gonna get. Okay guys, welcome back to another little mini chit chat video. Welcome to another little late night chit chat video. It's a reaction video. Before we go ahead and get into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'm trying to find some lotion here for my hands real quick. Sorry. Had to do that real quick. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Shout out to all of our Purple Heart members. Thank you guys for all of your support. Shout out to everyone who has been taking part in the giveaway that we have going on the channel, the watch time giveaway, and we are on the road to 1,000 on this channel, so I'm excited. We're going to be doing our Uber Eats gift card giveaway. When we hit 1,000, we're going to be choosing 2 winners to do the Uber Eats gift card giveaway with. So we're excited about that. So shout out to everyone who has recently subscribed. Thank you to all of our longtime supporters. You guys have been amazing and we really do appreciate the support. So yeah, shout out to you guys and thank you guys so much. Yeah, so tonight we're gonna be talking about the story that a lot of people are talking about, and I kind of wanted to go ahead and react to that, give my own little take on it, like my personal my viewpoint. So I look at it a little bit different than most people would. And shout out to everyone who's joining. Thank you guys for joining the live. We appreciate you guys. Okay, so we wanted to look at it from a different perspective. So we're going to be talking about the Indiana mother. Her name is Mercedes, and she recently went viral because she went to the hospital to deliver her baby, and she was turned away after a few hours. She was ejected from the hospital. She ended up giving birth in her car on the side of the road. I know, it is horrific. When I first heard it, I was just like, what is going on? Like, what is going on over there? Like, what is happening? Because over here, if you refuse care or you turn somebody away from emergency, or you refuse them a bed at the hospital, or whatever the case may be, you're getting sued into oblivion. You're getting sued, number one. Number two, it's criminal. It's in our criminal code. So you cannot turn anybody away from the hospital who is in need of urgent care. We have universal health care over here, so there's never an issue about health insurance. So you don't have to fill out any forms and paperwork before you actually get to see a doctor. Yes, the Canadian healthcare system has its woes. The wait times are horrendous in some provinces. We do have, our doctor shortages in some provinces or rural communities, and we do lack nursing staff in certain facilities. All of that. Yes, that is all happening. But at the same time, you will never hear a pregnant woman went to the hospital in labor, active labor, and was turned away, wheeled out of the hospital to go give birth in her car. Like, this is so barbaric. It was really, really crazy to hear, and it was even crazier to watch the video of her being like wheeled out of the hospital, doing her breathing and all of that. The lady is in labor. Like, the baby is crowning. 8 minutes later, she gave birth in her car. In America? Like, there's not a third, like, that was so crazy. Okay, so I had all those reactions like everybody else, and I watched some of the reaction videos. A lot of people were talking about it. Um, a lot of people were reacting to it kind of like with the same emotion. Then I stopped and I really started thinking about it. I really started thinking about it. I took off my mad hat and put on like my Christian hat, and I started thinking about it more and more. And I said, you know what? God saved her baby, right? Can you imagine what could have happened if they were forced to deliver the baby? Like, if you can put a pregnant woman out while she's in labor, right? How do you think they would treat her when she's under anesthesia, or she has to have a cesarean or an epidural or any type of invasive procedure, or even just, you don't know what people are capable of, okay? You don't know what people are capable of, especially in the hospitals. You have predators are everywhere in every genre of life, right? Whether it's in the schools, in the church, wherever, right? There are predators. So you have people who work in healthcare. We see it all the time with elder abuse in nursing homes. Some of the video footage is horrific. You would not want somebody treating your loved one the way some of these people get treated in these nursing homes. And these are things that I have firsthand experience with, right? The verbal abuse, the physical abuse, all type of abuses happen in the healthcare system, right? We have nurses who deliberately take their patient's life. These are people who took a Hippocratic oath to preserve life, but they're a predator, and these are their prey. So they work in healthcare, and they use every opportunity they can to take life, not preserve, right? So this is why they say you have to be very careful. Like, when you're vetting your doctor, you have to look them up, right? In Canada, in Ontario, where I am, we have the Ontario College of Physicians and Nurses. These are the people who are in charge of the doctors and nurses in Ontario. You file a complaint, any type of malpractice, any type of issue going on with hospitals, these are the people who are in control of the licensing. You will lose your license. You will be sued and you will go to jail, right? We had doctors over here who don't hold up their Hippocratic oath, and they have gone to prison. You have doctors who maliciously and intentionally hurt their patients. They're gone to prison, right? That's how we roll over here. Like, so it was just mind blowing. But when I say God saved her baby, she don't know what these people would have done to her if she had been in the operating room giving birth. They could have let her bleed out, tell her husband, oh, she died during childbirth. Or they could have done something to the baby. Oh, the baby was born stillborn. Or, oh, we have so many cases in our community of people saying like, wait a minute. This person was fine 20, 30 minutes ago, or this person, told me about some mistreatment they were receiving, or this, that, and the third. There's always something, right? People are so malicious and evil. This was pure evil. So what happened? Update. The doctor got fired. Not a shocker. The nurse got fired. Not a shocker. Is this a reaction because of their actions towards the individual, or is it PR? It's probably a bit of both. More PR. Hospitals are very quick to get rid of physicians who do things they're not supposed to do, and there's going to be an investigation, or there's going to be criminal charges. Anything that will tie them to the hospital, they just sever all ties. They either fire them or they move them. You don't know where the doctor went. They just disappear into the system, right? We had that happen with our family. There was some issues with the treatment my aunt received, which caused her to pass away. There was a huge lawsuit. The doctor that was attending told us that she was misdiagnosed. Basically, she never had what they said she had, and they were giving her medication for that, which made her sick, obviously. The doctor disappeared. We never saw him again. Her husband was so distraught when she passed away. He didn't even want to do an autopsy. He didn't want to do a toxicology. He didn't want to do any. He just wanted to put her to rest and all of that. But her kids, her children, pushed for them to investigate, and she never had what they diagnosed her with, right? So they were giving her medication to treat something she didn't have, which caused her immune system to completely fail, and she passed away. It was a huge lawsuit, obviously, right? These things, like, so that's how we deal with that type of stuff. In America, I don't know how, you know, the processes with the doctors and all that. With their healthcare system is completely different. It's set up on an insurance or pay-per-use type of system where if you don't have insurance, they will turn you away, all this type of stuff. I don't know if that's something they're legally allowed to do because of the insurance bit. But I think the oath to preserve life trumps insurance. I think the hospital and the doctors have a duty to care for people in need of care, especially pregnant women who are in labor, bringing forth life. Their number one objective is to preserve life. So how could you turn somebody away and then want to tell, you know, the community that it wasn't racially motivated? That's going to be a hard pill to swallow. So, but like I said, for me, I just prefer to look at it as, you know, sometimes when things don't happen the way you want it to, is because God is literally stepping in to save you from something so much worse. So that would be how I would view it. I watched her interview on CNN, and I could tell that she is a God-fearing woman. And I just, you know, pray that, you know, God continue to bless and watch over them. Thank God her child was born safe and sound. So thank you, Jesus, for that. It would have been so much more horrific if the child had passed on. So I'm glad that the baby was born safe and sound. But it was very, very disturbing. It's not the first time I've heard this type of story. I think this is the second woman in a couple weeks that we've heard who was turned out from the hospital while in labor. That's crazy. I don't know how any nurse, because I'm a nurse by trade, I don't know how any nurse could do something like that. It is horrific to think that you could actually be a nurse and do some stuff that these people do. It's crazy. Like, they're just so many evil people walking around. It is crazy. I be watching everybody. I watch everything. I'm just always watching, because you just never know what people are capable of, and what people would intentionally do. Anyway, that's kind of like my take on the whole situation. I don't want to drag it out, but I did want to react to it because it hit a nerve on so many levels. It hit a nerve on so many levels for me that I just had to give my piece on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below if you guys are keeping up with this story. You guys can check it out on CNN. I will leave the link in the description. You guys can watch her whole interview. I think it was with Jake Tapper. I don't want to be mistaken, but I'll leave the link below so you guys can check it out. Thank you guys so much for those of you who came through. It is super late. It's literally like 2 a.m. So thank you for those of you who came through. We do appreciate your time. Stay up and stay blessed, guys, and we'll catch up with you guys in another video. Deuces.